Ladies and gentlemen,
So hard to find.
we got him.
Alright. Um, Spinal Snack video. How it feels to die to every apex predatory dinosaur. Okay, log in.
So you wake up on a beach that doesn't exist yet, and the first thing you notice isn't the ferns or that the humidity feels.
I'll probably survive 60% of the dinosaurs is gonna mention. You know? I'm pretty confident, bro. Especially the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Small ass arms, bro.
Wrong. It's that footprint next to your head. It's three-toed and roughly the size of a bathtub. It's still filling with water, so your brain does this thing where it tries to explain what you're seeing using information from a world that has coffee shops and traffic lights. But that's not helpful here because you're in the late Cretaceous and the food chain just got rewritten with you at the bottom. In fact, there are a bunch of different apex predators in this period, and over the next...
Bro. The T-Rex, it's kind of hard to miss, bro. I doubt it's gonna sneak up on me. You know? Like, bro, something that big would never sneak up on me. Ever, bro. Like, I'll probably see it or hear it from a distance, and I'll just stay away from it. I'll just stay away from it. So, solved, you know?
However long you are able to survive, you're gonna meet most of...
The only problem is, you know, animals that are pack-minded, that hunt in numbers, like, they just rely on their numbers to hunt prey and all of that. That would be a problem, bro. That would definitely be a problem, because it doesn't matter how big or small. It's just, you're being attacked from all directions, bro. So, that would be a problem. But if it's one, that's a different story. In this case, the Tyrannosaurus Rex. It would never. Bro, it won't piece me, bro. No.
Some kill fast, some take their time, some hunt alone, and some bring friends. But they all have...
Exactly, bro. Look at this. Look at this, bro. Bro never had a chance. One's waiting right above him, bro. Like, oh my god. Nah. Nah, this is... Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. I'll be cooked. This is the ass.
have one thing in common. They have spent millions of years evolving specifically to be better at killing than you are at not dying. This is exactly how it would feel like to be hunted by all of these different creatures. And unlucky for you, the first one is already getting close enough that you can feel its footsteps. And your brain does the math before you do. And that answer is leave. You start moving through the ferns, trying to be quick, which works until the ground starts vibrating under your feet in a rhythm that shouldn't exist in nature. Then the forest goes completely silent in a way that makes your stomach drop. Because whenever...
I would guess this would be a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Because, first of all, bro, I find it hard to believe it would sneak up on me. There's no way. No way. There's no way. If I'm aware... Like, I mean, he said you saw that big-ass footprint, right? Like, you'd put two and two together, like, you know? I mean, I'll be... Bro, no, just no, bro. No, it won't get me. Hell no.
Everything stops making noise at once, it usually means something showed up that ended the discussion about who gets to make noise. The next thump is closer. You turn around without meaning to. Some ancient part of your brain that remembers being prey takes over the controls. And standing at the tree line is a Tyrannosaurus Rex, roughly 6 meters tall at the hip, built with the proportions of something designed by a being that only understood violence. Its head is the size of a refrigerator, studded with teeth that look serrated, and when it sees you, it makes a sound that's somewhere between a roar and the world's angriest exhalation. You run. This is the decision that you're making. The Rex breaks out into a charge, and here...
Wait, why would it bother, though? Like, aren't I too small? Like I'm too small, bro. Like, why would it bother? Like, is it interested enough to, like, just chase me?
Here's where math gets unfortunate for you, because your top speed hovers around 25 kilometers per hour if you're panicking hard enough. And this thing can comfortably walk at 20 kilometers per hour without even trying. It doesn't need to sprint because you're not actually running away. You're just running, which is different. You make it maybe 30 meters before it closes the distance, and the last thing you consciously experience is impact. Not pain yet, but just pressure. Because 8 tons of bite force doesn't really leave room for your nervous system to even understand what that means.
Bro, this thing has no mobility. No mobility, bro. I'll be running all over the place. Zigzag. I'm not running in a straight line, bro. In a straight line, I'm not. I'm not running in a straight line, bro. You won't catch me, bro.
Its jaws clamp around your torso with banana-sized teeth punching through ribs and organs in the same motion. Your body does that thing where it floods you with endorphins right as everything important stops working. The shock would have hit you before the pain does, and that's probably a courtesy. Being hunted by a T-Rex is instant, which frankly is generous compared to what happens when the predator decides you're worth the effort but not worth the rush. You're now wading in a river somewhere in Cretaceous North Africa, ankle deep in water that looks calm enough, trying to catch something that resembles a fish, because it's been 2 days since you've eaten, and hunger makes people
Okay. Okay. I wonder what this one would be, bro. But the thing is, I wouldn't be that close to water, and at the same time, I'm allergic to fish. Why would I hunt a fish? You know? So I doubt. Uh, I just won't be close to water, bro. But hey,
stupid. The water is murky but quiet, just gentle ripples and the occasional splash of something you can't see, which should probably be a sign, but it isn't for you. An attack happens before your brain can even process what's happening. The surface explodes outward and upward in a curtain of spray, and you have exactly enough time to see jaws that belong on a crocodile, but scaled up to nightmare dimensions before they clamp onto your midsection. The bite doesn't crush, it punctures, with dozens of conical teeth sinking and pinning you in place with no chance of pulling free. You're not dead yet, but you're definitely caught, which turns out to be the worst option. Behind those jaws is a body that shouldn't be physically possible, something around 15 meters long with a sail on its back cutting through the air as it rises up. This is the Spinosaurus, and it's been
wait. Let's say I wanted like some fish, right? Like I'm close to the shore. I doubt it. I doubt it. I doubt that this thing would sneak up on me, bro. Nah. No way, bro. No. And at the same time, wait, no, wait. How did I not see it coming? Something that big doesn't have enough water to cover it, like close to shore, you know? So, yeah, no, bro. Would never happen, bro. But I would see it coming too. It doesn't matter how murky the water is. It's not that stealthy, bro. No way, bro.
waiting in this exact spot for something to wade out just far enough. It yanks you backward into deeper water with a force that dislocates your shoulders before you can think about resisting. And suddenly you're submerged in thrashing and choking on river water while those jaws keep their grip. You can't see anything except brown murk and the occasional flash of scales. But you feel it start shaking you side to side with its neck, and that's when the teeth start sawing through tissue and your left arm just stops being attached to your body. Your lungs fill with water before you have time to understand what's happening. The drowning takes maybe 40 seconds, which feels longer than it sounds. By the time your brain shuts down from lack of oxygen, the Spinosaur is already dragging what's left of you towards the shallows to figure out what parts are worth eating. The water was calm right up until it wasn't. This is how the Spinosaurus hunts. But at least in fresh water, you can see the shore. You can see the reeds. You have some idea probably of where the threats might hide. But in the open ocean, there is no shore, no shallows, no visual reference for where danger lives, which means it lives everywhere and announces itself exactly never. So you're floating in the late Cretaceous Sea on some debris, legs dangling in water that's bath warm and perfectly clear. And the sun is out and everything seems fine, which is the ocean's favorite joke to play right before something tries to eat you. Below your feet, there's just blue emptiness going down maybe 50 meters. Nothing moving, no shadows, no warning signs that anything is even down there. But the Mosasaurus has been watching you for 3 minutes from directly underneath, waiting. Because that's what apex marine predators do. They don't announce themselves, they don't circle with fins cutting the surface. They just pick a moment and commit to it with their entire body weight. When it moves, it comes up fast enough that the impact happens before the bite. 15 tons of
Oh no. Nah, this will be. Nah, this is really terrible, bro. I mean, it wouldn't even chew me, bro. It'd be a slow death. Like I'm too small for it to like keep chewing. It'll be like one swallow, bruh. Oh my god, that's so ass. It's not instant. Like you won't die instant. Short swallowed you almost instantly, bruh. Damn.
reptile moving at 50 kilometers per hour is ramming into you from below with jaws the size of a couch already opening. You're airborne for maybe half a second, water spraying everywhere, legs clamped between rows of teeth, before you're yanked back under with enough force to knock the air out of your lungs. Underwater, everything is chaos and pressure and blue-green murk. The mosasaur shakes you with enough violence to dislocate joints and separate tissue, with its teeth sawing through muscle and bone while you try to breathe and can't. There is no fighting this. No leverage, no surface to push against. Just cold water flooding into your mouth and the distant knowledge that your legs are no longer connected to your hips in any way that matters. You black out somewhere around the 15-second mark, which is when the mosasaur starts swallowing. From the surface, someone...
Nah, 15 seconds is too long, bro. Fuck. Nah, I might not survive this. Hell nah.
watching would have seen a splash, some red, then nothing. That is the whole show. Being hit by a truck is bad. Being hit by a truck that eats you is even worse. Let's move on though. Water has been kind of scary, so let's try a swamp. The swamp looks safe enough during the day, which is why you're kneeling at the edge trying to refill a container of water. Because thirst beats caution every single time, and your body doesn't care about long-term survival when it needs hydration right now. The bayou is quiet, with cypress-looking trees hanging overhead. Some turtles are on logs across the way. Everything is calm and green and completely normal, except for the part where it's not. Because Dinosaurus has been sitting 3 meters in front of you for the last 20 minutes, and you have not noticed it. It's just under the surface with only its eyes and nostrils above the waterline, looking exactly like a floating log until it decides to stop being a floating log. The lunge happens faster than you can process. Water erupts, jaws bigger than your entire body snap shut around your legs and lower torso. And suddenly you're not kneeling anymore. You're horizontal and being yanked backwards into the bayou by something that weighs 6 tons and has teeth the size of bananas. The bite pressure is somewhere around 10 tons of...
Wait, I mean, crocodiles now, didn't they say they can like jump 6 feet above the water? Like, so you being in a boat probably doesn't really help. I don't know. Maybe it's not hungry enough. If it's hungry enough, it's probably gonna get you, bro. Not it, but this is crazy though.
force.
I mean, look. Wait, hold on. Just look at the size difference, bro.
Teeth the size of bananas. The bite pressure is somewhere around 10 tons of force, which means your femurs don't crack. They shatter. They're turned into loose fragments just held together by meat. You're trying to scream, but mostly just swallowing mud and water as it drags you deeper, and then you start to feel its twist. The death roll isn't just technique that crocodiles use, it's physics. The croc's whole body is spinning while its jaws stay locked on you, and the forces involved don't really care about how your skeleton was assembled. Your left leg separates at the hip during the first rotation, still in its mouth, while the rest of you spins the other direction. And the pain would be unimaginable, except your brain is probably already shutting down sensory input because there's no point telling you you're in pain when you're gonna die anyways. Consciousness leaves before the second roll can even finish. Good news is the bite force can reach 10 tons. The bad news is that the bite force can reach 10 tons. Ambush predators wait because waiting works for them, but there's a different approach where the predator doesn't hide, it doesn't rush, it just injures you enough that hiding stops being an option that you have. So you're crossing open ground in what will eventually...
Nah, you see, bro. Instant death. I mean, let's say you're, bruh. No, I hate slow deaths, bro. It. Oh my god. Not like fucking hell, bro. I'll be cooked.
Be North Africa, trying to get from one patch of shade to another because the heat is somewhere past brutal and into the range where your skin starts to hurt. But then something big moves through the scrub about 40 meters to your right. It's a dinosaur, 13 meters long with a skull built narrow and teeth that look serrated. And it's already seen you. It's already decided that you're worth the effort to eat. It doesn't charge, it just starts angling closer. And you run, obviously, because standing still when a predator that size is approaching feels wrong at a biological level. For maybe 10 seconds, you think you're making distance. Then it accelerates with a few bounding strides and closes the gap. But instead of taking you down, it swings its head sideways and bites into your back as it passes, its jaws clamping for maybe half a second before releasing. The teeth here are designed for slicing, not crushing, and they carve through your shoulder blade and 3 ribs before the head pulls away, taking several pounds of muscle with it. You stumble, stay upright mostly through momentum, and the predator just slows down and stops about 20 meters away, watching while blood pours down your back and soaks through your shirt. It doesn't need to kill you fast. It just needs you to leak until you can't run. You make it maybe another 50 meters.
Fuck. Oh hell no. Oh my god, no. What a slow ass death, bro. Okay. Nah. I'd rather deal with the mosasaur than this, bro. Nah.
Before your legs stop cooperating. Blood loss is dropping your pressure until standing becomes something you can't do. And when you go down to one knee, the dinosaur trots closer and delivers a second bite to your thigh, severing the muscles that let the legs work. This time, when it backs away, you can't get up. You can't do anything except bleed onto the sand while it waits under the
Bro, it's torturing you, bro. Like it's playing. Oh my god, bro. Like, okay, is it because like it doesn't have a nah. It does have a powerful bite, bro. I know it does. Like enough for it to at least rip my head off, bro. Cause this is torture, bro. I don't know that. Hell no.
30 seconds for you to stop moving. The approach after that is casual. Feeding starts while you're technically present, but no longer able to really register how much pain you're actually in.
It's eating me alive, bro. Fuck.
That is a pretty grim way to go, if you ask me. A predator that big just letting you bleed out, that's a terrifying concept. But now imagine that exact same strategy, except there's 3
That's so stupid, bro. Like, bro, just kill me, gang. Like, whoa. What are we doing, bro? Like, I'm too small for you to even play around with. Pause.
of them, and they're trading off. And every time you turn to face one, the others have already moved. And that problem starts when you notice there's more than one set of footprints following you through the Patagonia scrubland. And by the time you've noticed, it's already been a problem for several minutes because Giganotosaurus doesn't hunt alone when it doesn't have to. There are 2 of them flanking you from different
Giganotosaurus.
angles, each about 12 meters long, moving through the ferns with their heads low and their approach vectors designed to cut off anywhere you might run. You pick a direction anyway because standing still is just dying.
Bro, you see, pack animals. Bro, they have strategies. Bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. They probably get more food than the T-Rex, since it hunts alone and shit. This is functional, bro. It's optimal for growth.
With extra steps. Immediately, one of them breaks into a trot to cut you off while the second one adjusts its path to stay on your opposite side. They're not chasing you, they're hurting you, steering you towards terrain that works better for them. And when you try to veer away from the first one, it lunges in and snaps at your legs without fully committing.
Okay, but wait. Wait. Nah. I can probably joke at least one of them. You know what I mean? Mm, I'll probably make it out of this, bro. Cause he said 3. If it was like the those small raptors, that like, bro, I would never. I don't think I can get away from those guys. If you have seen the Jurassic movie, you see how fast they run. Nah, but these, bro, nah. Nah, I'll probably outsmart at least one of them, bro. Like, low key, bro. Bro's making it sound like it's impossible, bro. It's not. Nah, it's not, bro.
Teeth don't connect, but you stumble trying to dodge. And that's when the second one moves in from behind and gets an actual bite on your shoulder, tearing through muscle before pulling back. You're bleeding, panicking, and spinning to keep both of them in view, but they're positioned so that's not actually possible. Every time you face one, the other one is already moving. The hits keep coming in sequence. One slash to your ribs, another to your thigh, both of them taking turns so you never get a break between injuries. The strategy isn't complicated. They're just slowly converting your panic into poor decisions until you collapse from blood loss or exhaustion, whichever one comes first. Turns out, it's blood loss. You go down after maybe 90 seconds, legs just stopping mid stride, and both predators are already moving in before you hit the ground. The feeding hierarchy is apparently decided in advance because the larger one goes first. Being hunted by two giant predators is bad.
That's what I'm saying. They're big, bro. I probably would have seen them coming. All of them. Bro, I would have smelled them, bro. I'll probably even climb a tree. Like a big ass tree, bro. Big enough for them that like it would be hard for them to like knock down or something. Yeah. Yeah, I would climb a tree. I'd be like,
But
that
what's
would
even
work.
worse is when you think there are two and there's actually five of them. You don't know that until the third one steps out from behind a rock formation and cuts off the direction you were about to run. That's how the Maposaurus gets you. They're smaller than the Giganotosaurus, but still 10 meters long each. And they've got you boxed in on three sides with two more somewhere behind you, making clicking sounds that might be communication or might just be them coordinating without needing to discuss it. The first attack comes from your left. It's a quick bite to your calf that drops you to one knee. Before you can even turn to see which one did it, another lunges from the right and tears into your shoulder. You're trying to track them all, but that's not really possible when they're spaced out in a circle. And every time you focus on one, the others adjust position and close in from the gaps. They're taking turns. That's the part that makes it worse, is it's not frantic or chaotic. It is systematic. One strikes while the others wait, and then a different one moves in while the first one backs off. You don't get a break between injuries. You don't get a second to breathe or think. It's just a constant rotation of teeth and claws coming from different angles, so you're not sure which direction is which anymore. Your body gives out before you're actually dead. It just stops responding to commands somewhere around the fourth or fifth bite. And when you collapse face first into the dirt, they don't even pause. The younger ones move in first, going for the legs and arms. When the bigger adults wait their turn for the better cuts. Multiple individuals are targeting one prey animal, taking turns biting, and you don't get a break because there's always another one ready. Shock takes you in maybe 20 seconds after you go down. The feeding continues for another 10 minutes, but you're not present for that part, which is probably the only good news in the situation. That was strategy and patience combined with violence. But there's
Bro.
another approach where the predators
And they're pack animals, bro. Oh my god. If it was a one-on-one, it would have been a different story, bro. It would never piece me. I would piece it.
skips both of those and just runs through you with enough force that strategy becomes irrelevant because you're already smashed in pieces. You've stopped near a river to rest under some trees, sitting with your back against a trunk. The mistake that you're about to make is assuming that quiet means safe when really quiet just means you can't hear the thing that's about to ruin your afternoon. Tyrannotitan is maybe 30 meters away in the brush, and it has been standing completely still for the last 6 minutes watching you. And its hunting method doesn't involve stalking or circling. It just waits until you're stationary and then accelerates from 0 to catastrophic in about 4 steps. The sound that announces the attack is branches snapping, then the ground shaking, and you have just enough time to look up and see something massive coming through the vegetation at full speed before it hits you. Not bites you, but hits you, because the impact arrives before the teeth do, and the impact alone is enough to break most of the bones in your body. You're airborne for maybe half of a second, completely ragdoll. Then you hit the ground 6 meters away with several ribs already caved in and your right arm bent at an angle that doesn't really exist in normal human anatomy. But it doesn't slow down. It just adjusts its angle and keeps coming. It plants 1 foot on your leg to hold you in place, and the weight of that foot is around 2 tons pressing down on your shins and knees, which fold and splinter before you can even register what's happening. Then its head comes down and the jaws open and close around your entire midsection, teeth punching through both sides of your torso. And when it lifts its head back up, you come with it, or at least parts of you do. The separation happens during the shake. Your top half would stay in its mouth, and your bottom half doesn't. The good news is you're unconscious before you hit the ground again. The tall spines that you see on its back before you pass out, you know supported massive muscles, which is not decorative. This thing was just built for violence. Now,
Okay.
pure power has its place in nature, but there's something to be said for the predator that doesn't commit to
I mean, okay, that's not that bad. I mean, it would hit me. Then when I hit the ground, like I already passed out, so I could do whatever after that. So it's not that bad, but I'd prefer the mosasaur, you know? Was feeling my ribs like, oh, all my bones break before I pass out is horrible, bro. Hell no, I'm not doing that. So I'll definitely prefer the mosasaur.
land or water. It just sets up shop at the border between them, which means that you're not safe in either location. The transition zone is where you and other creatures get sloppy and go to die. The lake looks clear, and you need to clean a wound you got earlier that's starting to look infected and questionable. So you're crouched in the shallows with water up to your knees, focused on the cut, which means that you're not focused on the thing that's been drifting closer for the last 2 minutes, pretending to be a log. Suchomimus is built for this exact scenario. It's 11 meters long with a snout that's almost crocodile proportions and 100 teeth designed for grabbing things that try to swim away, and you are not swimming. 100 teeth designed for grabbing things that try to swim away, and you are not swimming. You're just kneeling there making yourself easy. The grab is sideways and fast, jaws clamping on your forearm and pulling you off balance in one motion, and suddenly you're face down in the water with your arm locked in a vise that has 0 in one motion, and suddenly you're face down in the
Bro,
water with your arm locked in a vise that has 0 intention of letting go. The teeth aren't cutting through bone. They're just puncturing in deep and holding. There are dozens of thin spines embedded in your muscle while it drags you towards deeper water, and you're trying to get your feet under you, but the lake bed is mud and you can't find purchase. Then the claws get involved. It's got these big hooked claws on its hands, meant for fishing, and one of them catches your shoulder as it adjusts its grip, carving through skin and muscle down to bone. You're screaming, swallowing water, trying to pull away, and that's when it starts shaking its head back and forth with your arm still trapped in its jaws. The arm tears off at the elbow during the third shake. It just separates and stays in its mouth while you flail backward with blood pouring from the stump. It spits out the forearm, readjusts, and comes back for a better bite before you can make it to shore, this time closing its jaws over your head and neck. Unconsciousness arrives in maybe 5 seconds. It's built for fishing, but you're softer than a fish. This is a mismatch in your favor briefly, and then not at all. But moving on, you're now in a
damn.
forest, and you're walking through this dense forest near a river. The problem
Yeah, this one too. I'd rather deal with the mosasaur than this. Yeah.
with dense forest is that you can't see past about 15 meters in any direction, which means anything could be watching you, and you would never know until it decided to stop watching and start moving. Acrocanthosaur would never know until it
I
decided
didn't
to
see
stop
this.
watching and start
Okay,
moving.
okay. Hold on. I didn't see this. I was focused on this one but I didn't even notice this one, bro. So hiding isn't an option. Damn. This is a Tyrannosaurus Rex, right? Yeah. Damn. Nah, like, why would I hide? Nah. I won't. It won't piss me, bro. Hell no. Nah, I'll still survive this, bro. Yeah, this definitely caught me off guard. I did not see this, bro.
Watching you, and you would never know until it decided to stop watching and start moving. Acrocanthosaurus has been tracking you for the last 10 minutes from inside the tree line, matching your pace, staying parallel, and the ridge of tall spines running down its back make it look bigger than it actually is, which is already 11 meters long. So that's not really necessary, but evolution does.
Wait, why is bro fighting back? I don't know, bro. Nah.
Doesn't care about overkill. The charge comes from your right side with no warning. Just the sound of undergrowth exploding, and then 5 tons of predator closing 20 meters in about 3 seconds. You turn your head and it's already there, still accelerating. And the collision isn't a bite yet. It's just mass times velocity equals you leaving the ground and hitting a tree trunk hard enough that at least 4 ribs crack on impact. You're on the ground trying to get the air back into your lungs when it plants 1 foot on your legs. Its weight is pressing down until your knees bend sideways and your ligaments just give up. And then its head drops and jaws close around your chest and stomach in one smooth motion. The teeth sink in deep, punching through to your spine. And when it lifts its head back up to get a better angle, you feel yourself start to separate at the waist because those tall spines aren't decorative. They're anchor points for muscles designed to wrench the prey apart. The actual separation happens during the shake. Your upper body stays in its mouth while your lower half stays pinned under its foot, and your brain shuts down somewhere in the middle of that process because there's a limit to how much structural damage a person could witness happening to themselves. The spines on its back support massive neck strength, which sounds boring and academic until it's being used to split you in half. That was one predator with overwhelming force doing everything itself. But there's a different problem you're about to face that shows up when the predators are smaller, faster, and bring friends. Because now, instead of one thing to track, there are multiple angles to worry about, and your ability to defend yourself drops to 0 pretty much immediately. You've made a fire for the night under some conifers, which seemed smart because warmth and light and you don't want to be cold. Except fires are visible from a long distance, and Utaptor has been watching the glow for about 20 minutes from 3 different positions because there are 3 of them, and they've already surrounded your camp without making a sound. They're each about 6 meters long. They're built narrow and fast with a hooked claw on each foot that's roughly 9 inches.
Wait. In a camp. Nah. Do I have weapons? If I have weapons, bro, I'm piecing the Tyrannosaurus Rex, bro. If I have weapons, bro. I mean, it changes everything if I have weapons. I mean, it doesn't say anything about it, but he also didn't say you can't make them. So, I mean, a spear, a knife. Nah, a knife won't do shit. I don't know that you. Nah. Weapons won't do shit to a mosasaur. So I'm definitely cooked in that one.
Long and curved specifically for holding onto things that don't want to be held. The attack is synchronized. One comes from your left, you spin towards it. The second one hits you from behind and sinks both its foot claws into your upper back near the shoulder blades. And suddenly you're pinned face down with roughly 400 pounds of predator standing on you. The claws aren't slashing. They're anchored, punched in deep and holding you to the ground while you try to push up and physically can't because the force pressing down is more than your arms can handle. The third one approaches from the front almost casually and goes for your legs, biting into your thigh and shaking until the muscle tears. You're screaming, but you're also not going anywhere. And that's when the one on your back shifts its weight and repositions one of its claws from your shoulder blade to between your ribs, pushing in until it punctures through to your lung. They don't wait for you to die before they start feeding. The one that bit your leg starts pulling, tearing chunks away while you're still conscious and still aware. And the other 2 begin working on your torso and arms, using their hand, claws, and teeth to open you up systematically. They don't need to kill you first because the math says that you can't fight back once 2 9-inch claws are inside you. And that math is grim, but correct. Shock takes you probably within 30 seconds in, which is 30 seconds.
He said as prey. Again, he said as prey. You know, like whatever they hunt, it'll be bad. But as a human, though, nah.
Too long. 3 was bad, but here's a thought that's somehow worse. What if it's just one? And that one is fast enough and smart enough that it doesn't even need help. It's late afternoon and you're moving through scrubland trying to cover ground before dark when something hits you from behind. Not a full tackle, but a running slash across your shoulder blade that cuts through your shirt and skin in one pass. You spin around and there's a Dakota raptor about 5 meters long standing there with its head cocked sideways, and you can see blood on its foot claw, which means it just ran past you, kicked and kept going, and now it's watching to see what you're gonna do about it. You back up, trying to keep it in sight, and it circles left, moving faster than you can rotate, bobbing its head and making these short clicking sounds that might be curiosity or might just be it measuring distances. Your back is bleeding badly enough that you
Um, it's alone, bro. It's alone. One on one, no, bro. There's cover, bro. I would, oh, climb a tree, brother. Nah, I'm playing, but wait, nah. I refuse to believe like one, one would never kill me, bro. Look, if it wasn't alone, okay, I would have definitely been cooked, bro. It's like this, like okay, different question. How many chihuahuas would it take to kill you? You know, how many chihuahuas would it take to kill you? Me personally, bro, I think 100 plus would kill me. Like 10. Now, by the way, this is me without weapons. 10, I'll just kick all of them, you know? Then you get to 30. Okay. These things are, you know, I'm getting a little damage, you know? Then we get to like 60 or 70. Okay. Now, I'm taking real damage. But I'm managing, you know? I'm taking one, hitting it with another. Like, bro, these things are small, gang. Yeah. 100 would piss me. 100 chihuahuas would kill me, you know? Yeah, anyway, back to the
can
video,
feel
bro.
it soaking through your waistband, and the predator can definitely smell it. And when you glance down to check the wound, it moves fast, faster than you can.
This won't kill me, bro. There's no way. Like, bro's being dramatic, bro. He's making it sound like it's impossible. Again, like, no, bro. No. Look, if he got me the first time, how, bro? How? Okay, let's say it got me the first time with its claw. It don't do it again. You know, it waiting, like, watching me, like, what's my next move and stuff. That's a waste of time, gang. I would just get cover or, like, get on a tree or something. I would juke it. Like, bro, nah.
Process, it closes the distance and jumps, with both feet coming forward and the sickle claws on each foot punch into your stomach and drag downward as it kicks.
Oh, yeah, this is the head-butting dinosaur. Oh, shit. How, bro? Nah. Bro, these animals are dumb, bro. I don't wanna lie to you. I don't know why prey. Bro,
The sensation is less like being cut open and more like being unzipped. Your abdomen opens up from your sternum to pelvis in one smooth motion, and your intestines start sliding out before you can even register what happened. You go down to your knees, trying to hold everything in with your hands, and it backs off for a second, watching. And then it darts in and bites your throat, with teeth closing around your neck and shaking once and hard, tearing through your major vessels. Your vision goes dark somewhere around the 5-second mark after that. It weighs 300 kilograms. You maybe could fight it off, except its entire skeleton is built for the exact thing that you're trying to prevent, which is why you actually cannot fight it off. And that's how some of the most dangerous apex predators of the Cretaceous period
it wouldn't get me, bro.
hunted. Let me know if you enjoyed this video down in the comments below. Make sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel with post notifications so you don't miss out on future uploads. Make sure
Already did, bro. Already did. W video. W video.